Great Miasma sucked all the life out of the land, adventurers were folk that traveled the countryside, looking for all sorts of things, really. Fame, treasure, discovering places that were said to be lost forever, and sometimes just to help those in need. But to be an adventurer now is suicide. Well, as you can see, look at him, he's dead as a doornail. Oh, is that a map? Oh my. Well, this changes everything. Rufus, call a city council meeting immediately. Have the other council members meet me in my study. And somebody make sure that dwarf gets a proper burial. Good day.
How about that? Why not, why bother stalling? Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the Stalwart Initiative. I'm Kyle, and we're back here for our second dose of the Great Miasma, our D&D 5e West Marches campaign, our community campaign. And, yeah, we're back with our second session for the week. And last night we did a lot of traveling and very intense battle for the party's lives. Today it's going to be a different pacing. So just from the back and forth we've been doing here for the last few minutes, it seems as though we may be a little more focused on exploration, or we've yet to see our final decision on what we're going to do today. But we do have three party members today, and luckily the Briar Witch Dryad that the party has been helping off and on has sent aid, and we'll check to see if she sent more aid this week. But 2 weeks ago she sent aid in the form of these two small, almost pixie-like creatures, no wings, with super speed, quicklings. As they are, they're assholes, tit and tat. They're assholes, but they're here. They owe a debt to her, and they are here to pay that debt by lending aid one time, and then they're fucking out. So this may be a good time to evoke that, since we have only but 3 players this morning. So let's kick it into gear, guys. So what would you like to do? I'm going to I guess open it with you guys already at Pimley's house, and Pimley is the gnome who kind of started this whole movement. The party lives in a city called Mollus, and the city and the world itself seems to be slowly deteriorating ever since 500 years ago. This fog, this miasma, it started to choke the land and separate people, and there's nobody's really left the city for 500 years until our party members started going out and adventuring and finding things. And some have died, unfortunately, but we have discovered that there is life outside the city, that not everything was killed. And so we'll say you guys are in Pimley's study, his elaborate library and workshop, and what would you like to do today? What would you like to be discussing? As we open up, we zoom in on Pimley's study, and he's sitting there watching you guys as you're figuring out what you'd like to do.
Well, Stefan, we'll go ahead.
I would like to not die, but I also don't want others to die, which is why I am here today.
Well, I'm in favor of attacking that Dracoth outpost and reducing their numbers a bit.
Are you guys sure? I mean, there's only but 3 of you today, and none of you look to be the hardy warrior type. Excuse me for saying.
Have you seen the little things beneath my feet doing their sword dance?
Yeah.
These things are deadly.
I was actually just keeping my eye on them before to make sure they're not stealing any of my stuff.
Pimley strokes his beard.
I don't like them. They're untrustworthy.
Well, they've stuck around with us for about 2 weeks now, so...
Probably stealing from you every time you turn your back. Nasty little shits.
That's why I leave my goods at home.
Yeah.
Isn't that where it's easier to steal the stuff?
Oh dear, you're so right.
Well, regardless, as long as they help you and stay out of my shit, to each his own. I mean, that's your decision. So, what you got? You said you're going to attack the Dracoth head on. Was that it?
I don't think we can handle Dracoth. Not if there's only one. I think we're all right, but sounds like there could be more from what was written on this map.
Yeah.
Well, last time we were there was 2. And I think we could handle 2.
We're not talking about attacking the village that has many, but the outpost that only has a few.
Where is this outpost? All that they wrote on the on this here map was that they found a village who had many Dracoth. So they said up here there's Dracoth Zone 1 in hills. Okay, so that's what
where
you
we
mean.
fought. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And some little worm thing underground I kept attacking one of my allies. It was weird. Never seen it before.
Dracoth ride worms? That sounds awful. And disgusting. But if you're saying if there's only 2, ooh,
Strokes his beard.
well, I'm not so sure if you guys could take 2, maybe. But what if one of them gets a hold of you? Oh,
I still think I can put one out of the fight for a while, at least.
Well, that would be great. Yeah, sure, Jasper. If one of them, I am confident you 3, you're very seasoned and capable adventurers. I'm sure you could take out one. Sure. Let me rifle through my stuff here and see what I like to give you guys a little bit of help every now and then.
And Pimley goes over and he starts rifling through some of his bookshelves. Is there anything you guys would like to be talking about while he's over there messing around?
Unless you guys have something else you'd rather do.
I think the only other option is just to go exploring in lands that have been unexplored for hundreds of years. So, as I said before, which is better, the devil you know or the devil you don't?
Pimley's
Looks
walking.
like you're deciding
Go for the devil.
Pimley's walking over. Who's the devil now?
I'm just
I don't know.
saying that we know the threat of the Dracoth, and we can judge it pretty well if we see their numbers. We've all had run-ins with them, and we will know whether or not we feel like we are outmatched. But if we venture out into the unknown, we have no clue what we might run into, and anything that we do run into, we won't easily know its capabilities, so we would be at risk of fighting something that doesn't look formidable, but actually is quite deadly.
I have not fought any Dracoth before, but they look pretty strong from, like, I've seen them, but I have not fought one. They look pretty strong.
Well, I have, and Stefan has. Correct, Stefan?
Yes, I fought a few of them.
Yes.
So if you guys are confident enough, then I'll go along. I just have I don't have experience fighting them, that's what I'm saying.
As long as we take them down one at a time, I think we should fare okay.
It will be difficult, but I think we have a shot as long as, like Stefan said, we are tactical about it and try to take as many out of the fight as possible, so we can just focus on the ones that we're all trying to attack.
Oh, sound planning. I found these, and he holds a dropper out. Who wants to hold it? Should be helpful.
What is it?
It's you and your little friends over there inspired me. Well, not so much inspired me. I already had this concocted, but these are droppers that one drop on your tongue. Not anymore, because it'll act like cocaine. It'll get you all messed up. But one drop on the tongue shall make you quite speedy for a bit. And this dropper has about 5 drops in it. And each drop will raise your initiative. Will add +5 to your initiative. And each drop lasts 8 hours.
I thank you, Pinley.
Don't do any more than one drop. I'm warning you. I've seen it happen before. And as much as I love her, I had to trank her because she got wild. And she just was all coked up. It was awful. And you're welcome.
Is it just one dropper or multiple droppers?
One dropper, 5 drops in it, he said. Hey, where's my ambience? Why is that not playing?
Would any of you like to hold this?
Well, if it's lasts that long, I don't think we need to hold it. We can just use it here and then hand it back to Pinley.
There it goes. Yeah, I mean, well, you don't have to hand it back to me. You can keep it. I mean, there's only 2 drops left in the thing if you use it now. Whatever. I'm not that stingy. Come on, gentlemen. Give me some credit. I'm supporting you. I'm not. I
was thinking that our friends, well, the ones you don't trust, but they could use the other 2 drops, and then that's 5 drops.
Sure.
There we go.
If you'd like me to just set it over here on the table, I can do that. Oh, you mean the other 2? Fuck them. I wouldn't give it to them if I were you.
Well, if I come back alive from this, perhaps you teach me how you make these.
Well, it's quite a long process, but I can attempt to. Sure. You can make them on accident like I did. It'll help.
Stefan turns and looks at you guys. An accident.
Yeah, drink up, boys. The side effects aren't on the bottle.
I hear that's how champagne was found as well.
Oh. And I love me a good champagne, and you should love you a good couple Coke drops. So, is there anything else I can do for you, gentlemen, before you head out?
I think you've done plenty, Pinley.
Oh, well, stop it. So, okay, you can keep saying that stuff. Okay. So are you guys taking off from Pimley's?
I will go check my tree, unless I did already this morning.
Okay, go check the tree. Roll a d4, please. Go and you check and see if there are any any of the Briar Witch Dryad's aides that not AIDS, but aid that she's sent. You check it for you check it for the week, and nobody else showed up. So right now you have the 2 quicklings with you, and there is a giant out in the forest on standby to lend aid. Oh, that's right. Were any of you guys there for that?
For what?
For the giant thing, the sleeper thing?
Yes, I got wrecked by 2
That's
quicklings.
right, the quicklings. The dream quicklings, but yeah.
Almost one-rounded me.
Yeah, that's right. They did attack you. Okay.
I was not.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, so you guys are heading out. Do you want to stop anywhere, do anything in the city before you guys head to the gate? Going once, going twice.
I'm ready to head out.
Okay. Let me
I would like to suggest going to the Briarwood. I mean, I'm more comfortable with that, but if you guys would prefer the Dracoth, I'm okay with going to the Dracoth.
Well, this is a decromatic process here, so 1 vote for Draco,
Yeah.
1 vote for Briar. Ben, what do you want to do? Or Jasper?
I'll let you guys roll for it. I have no preference.
Roll a d10.
Did you establish what the numbers would? Oh, you're rolling off. Okay. So,
I guess we shall go to the Dracoth. I mean, you guys are experienced enough with fighting them.
Yes,
I guess-
trust me, miss. I do not want to die out there. So if it looks bad, we will not. We will go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, if there's more than 2, we can avoid that place like the plague.
okay, I'm pulling up my map.
Guys.
Let's pull up your map for the stream. Okay, and... Nope, I don't want to do that. Okay. Alright, so you guys are starting at Mullis. Okay, and which direction would you like to go? As you guys...
I'm gonna take the dropper now, just so like, if something surprises us or something, I don't need to spend time doing that.
Sure, okay.
I'm gonna take it.
I think that's a good idea. Jasper will also take 1.5 drops.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Well, if you guys are doing that, so am I.
Is half a drop just a bigger drop?
I don't know. I guess maybe it's a tinier drop? Okay.
How do you define half a drop?
Yeah.
It's still a drop.
I'm just joking. 1 drop.
Oh, okay.
I will-
No have to.
I will abide by the rules.
There are no
All right,
rules.
open one.
There are no rules, just warnings.
I will also cast Mage.
Okay, so everybody's dropping a drop, and your initiative is you have +5 to your initiative for the next 8 hours. And Miss, you popping mage armor?
Yeah.
Okay, Stefan, you popped aid.
The 3 of us.
Okay. The little shits look up at you like with a little scowl, seeing that you're casting your nifty spell on your friends and not them. But they say nothing. And you guys exit the city, and the gate closes behind you. Indescript. Guard number 724 closes the gate. And where would you like to go?
I vote grasslands.
Okay. So you want to head northeast into the grasslands. Okay.
I will follow behind since I have no experience with these guys.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen the place where we can ambush them, but it's been.
I think that would be my proposed.
Oh no, the place where we ambush, that usually has a caravan of 12 kobolds. We're not going there. Hopefully we won't go this morning.
Then where are we going?
to the Hill Zone 1.
So you want to go more like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jasper, go ahead and roll a d10 as you guys head into the grasslands. Oh, okay, nice. So you guys travel approximately an hour into the grasslands, and so far so good. You look around, you're keeping an eye out for anything, and there doesn't seem to be anything, grazing or patrolling the grasslands. So you said you would like to go southeast now, and stay in the grasslands.
Yes.
Okay, sure. Miss, go ahead and roll a d10 as you guys cover about another hour of travel. Okay, so 2 hours in. We started at like 8:30, so at 10:30 in the morning, you guys are you're making trek, and you're crossing the grasslands, and you can see up in the distance to the northeast. You can see some hills, some rolling hills up in the distance. Stefan, would you like to make a D10? Or actually, just make the D10. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not. Ha!
I vote we move slowly, carefully, and stealthily into this area.
I would say the same.
Okay.
All right.
As we are going from like the second grasslands into the.
I have disadvantage, but that 21's still pretty sexy.
Yeah, that's a pretty fucking optimal disadvantage roll. Oh, look at that. Look at him. Stealth. Okay, so go ahead and roll that D10 anyway. Okay. I just wanted to see what kind of thing is going on here. So you guys, you see the hills, and you go up to them, and before you start reaching the hilly region, you tone it down a notch, and you go into stealth mode, and you guys are like fucking prowlers, combing your way through the grass, and you start cresting the first hill, and then you see there's nothing around, so you go down in between the hills and you weave, and a few hills later, I mean, this whole region is just, it's like waves, all the hills in here, and sure enough, Stefan, I'm guessing you're guiding them because you were here before. You come to a very familiar hill, and you guys crest it, and you look down. You see a slightly different setup than what you saw the first time you came here and attacked them. There's no wagon. There's actually 3 huts, and around these huts, I'm not sure if you remember this or not, but there were several. I don't know if that was at this camp or if a different part, but there are several on spears. There are several pieces of what appear to be like large insects, dead large insects skewered on spears all around these 3 huts. And everybody go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos for advantage on this one.
Okay.
I see nothing.
They're expanding.
Okay. Jasper, you just saw one of a Dracoth head into one of the tents.
Psst. Guys, I just saw one go into that tent right there, but only just one.
I think we should wait around and confirm their numbers before we do anything reckless.
How big is the tent?
They're big enough to accommodate Dracoth, but not very big. Probably estimating maybe a 2-man tent. Each of them are like a 2-man tent for the Dracoth size. Oh, I can't talk today. Dracoth size 2-man tents.
There are how many of them?
3.
So, at most, we're probably looking at 6.
They're more like think more like circus tents and not family tents. Not like they may or may not even be for lodging. They are more of an odd-shaped round, and then a cone-like top, rather than triangle in shape. So like a cylinder with a cone on top.
So it's a traveling Dracoth circus. Got it.
Yeah, you actually see them, the Dracoth children juggling, and they're holding a hat out for any passerbys to put money in.
Jasper, do you think you could toss a boulder through one of those tents?
I can, at most, I can move something about the weight of 4 or 5 pounds.
Oh, here I thought you could move a giant boulder. How unfortunate.
No, but a 5-pound rock flying through a tent would definitely draw some attention.
The problem with that is we don't know how much attention would be drawn.
But they would have no clue where it came from.
Yes, we've been rather sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were scanning around, and there's nobody around.
Well, if there's only one, he pops his head out, I'm going to shoot him with a guiding bolt if we're close enough.
Okay.
And my spell for launching a rock only requires a wave of my hand, so no sound would be made other than the rock rolling, more or less rolling down the hill and into their tent.
How far away would you say we are, Kyle?
You guys are about 70 feet, and this encounter is going to be theater of the mind. So, you guys are you've crested this hill. You guys are, I'm assuming, laying down prone to keep stealthy with your excellent stealth rolls, and you guys are looking down on this because this little grouping of tents sets between the hill you're on and a few other adjacent hills. So it's kind of nestled in there, all stealthy like. But you're about 70 feet from the closest tent.
Well, I explained what I was going to do.
Should we try the rock trick?
Sure.
Decisions. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to...
The closest tent is the one the Dracoths went into?
No, that one's to the right. They're kind of set up in a triangle, and the one point is close to you. The point to the right, which is about 15 feet to the right of 15 feet to the right and away from you, is the second tent, and then the third tent is 15 feet into the left away from you from the closest tent. So just a triangle of tents. Gray out.
It went into the one on the right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna look for as big of a rock that I think I can lift with my mind, and try to have that rock come from a direction that we are not in relative to the tent. So, like 40, 50 feet over to the side. If I see a rock that's 4 or 5 pounds, and then I'm going to lift it up and toss it down the hillside. But I don't want it to fly like high up into the tent. I want it to almost seem like it rolled down the hill.
Oh, okay. And
but has enough speed to really like go into the tent.
Okay. Which tent would you like this to roll into?
The one on the right, that the one Dracoth that we know is there went into. The idea is that he might, when that happens, he might call out, and we'll see how many others exist there.
Okay. Gray Owl Games, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the initiative. And okay, so go ahead and what do they have to do? Dex saves, or the first
I think
one? Don't worry.
Well, it's just going into a tent, so I don't know if it's gonna. I doubt it's gonna actually hit him. I think hitting a tent is more or less a given that I can launch it.
Well, oh yeah, you're definitely gonna hit the tent. I'm just trying to think, how fast would you like it to fly into the tent, and we'll go from there.
Enough that it draws attention. So I'm trying to like break through the tent and
Oh, okay. So you're not going for damage. You're more or less simulating it rolling down the hill and then drawing them out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So I won't have to do any of their bullshit. Okay. So you take a rock and you kind of roll it down, throttling it a little bit because I mean you're used to plowing people over with this spell. But you throttle it a little bit so that it's not so fast, and it does a very good job simulating a small, not a boulder, but a decent sized rock rolling down the hill. And it hits it does some rolls and hits the side of the tent real low, and you immediately hear a roar, and the flap of the tent flies open, and out comes the Dracoth that who was it? Jasper? Yeah, Jasper saw you saw go in there. And it's like a leather armored Dracoth with a pike, and he's holding his pike with both hands, and he's kind of aiming with it, like he's looking around with it, and he's going to the back of the tent to examine. A second later, you see another Dracoth exit that very same tent, and this one is dressed a little differently. It has some kind of shawl, and also instead of a normal pike or other long weapon that the other Dracoths are wield, this one is wielding some kind of wooden staff with some kind of orb. It seems to have been, this wooden staff looks like almost like a hand at the end, and that hand is clutching some kind of orb, some kind of yellow orb, and and he comes out, and this one looks a little, I don't know how to describe older, but it does not look as young because there are no wrinkles. It's all scales. This one looks a bit older than the other one, and is kind of wearing, we'll call it like shaman-like attire. You know, he's got the shawl, and he's got mostly furs. You can see leather underneath, but mostly just rugged furs, and he kind of makes his way over to see what the other Dracoth is examining, and also looking around as well. I need everybody to make stealth checks again. As you guys are peeping down on this from up on the hill at your point of vantage. Although they are thoroughly looking for you. Okay, what we got here? Okay. All you gotta do is not roll horrible, miss. DC 11. So all we gotta do is not roll horrible. You with us, Seifert?
Yeah, no, I cut out for a second. What did you want us to do?
Oh, okay. Stealth check, please. Okay, that'll equal out just fine. Okay, so they do their scanning around. They come back, and the first one. Okay, the first Dracoth, the soldier-looking one, picks up your rock. He sees your rock. It's smashed in the side of the tent. It's buckled it in, and he picks it up, and he's out of frustration. He chucks it off in the distance. And he mumbles to himself, and he walks by the other Dracoth, the older one, and he's just the older Dracoth just watches him and kind of shakes his head.
So they're being pretty loud here, and it doesn't look like any movements happen from the other tents.
Correct. Yeah, they in no way signaled anything else from the other tents. And there was no reaction from anything from the other tents. And
I thought their loud grunting would have aroused something if there was something in those tents, because we can hear them, right?
More than likely, yeah, they're not quiet. So, yeah, either there's stuff in it and they're ignoring it, or there's nothing in it because they did nothing.
So, yay or nay, guys? I'm ready to light one of them up.
Yeah, it looks as though they're heading back in the tent.
Well, we can sneak up now and try to get the advantage on them.
Are they in the tent or are they still out there?
I mean, if you guys let them get in the tent, I kind of like
No, I'm
slow
not letting
time.
them.
Like I let time slow down so you guys can decide what you're doing.
I'm attacking the one with the staff with the guiding bolt.
With the D2? Oh no! Not the D2.
Oh no! A crit one.
Yes.
A crit one.
Oh no, that was just who I was targeting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, that fucking D2, man. At least it's not your D2 damage. Okay.
No, I'm completely.
Okay, so I can get rid of the world map here. We don't need that all clogging up the bloop. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna guiding bolt. Which one are you gonna guiding bolt?
The guy with the staff.
Okay. So you blast off your radiant damage guiding bolt, and it flies. Normally flying true. Usually pretty spot on with the guiding bolt. I'll even give you surprise attack, but that's not gonna help. The AC is just higher than 11. So you blast the ground next to this one, and it instinctively traces where you shot from and whirls its head around. The soldier one was already starting to head into the tent, so it's going to take him another second to register what's going on. And the other one whips its head around and is looking in your direction. Hold on a second. Let me pull up.
Crap, I missed you guys.
Let me pull up my. There we go. Okay, so, well, y'all, now let's roll some initiative. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. So what you want to do is put tokens down on the map here, and then we'll go from there.
I am low initiative.
And then add 5, right?
Yes. Yep. All of you. Yep. All of you get 5 to your initiative. So I'm going to copy and paste. I'm gonna come up with a separate window for initiative for eventually, so that the viewers can see just the initiative and not burdened with the rest of the window. Tint color. Okay, I'm going to tint the, as far as these tokens and the initiative, I'm going to tint the shaman looking one with green. Okay. Oh, and he's kind of slow. All right. Dracoth, let me find you. Let me find you. Let me find your fucking stats. Ciao. Okay. Super. Alright, let's take a look at our initiative. So, we'll add a turn for that fella. We'll add a turn for that fella. Okay, so the initial Dracoth, the shaman-looking Dracoth, gets a slow start. So he is at 6, and the other one is at 17. So, oh wait, are we? I'm gonna encourage this, although I've been letting it slide. Are we going to invoke? Are you invoking the help of these small creatures or not?
Oh yes, chat. Prepare for battle.
Okay, because I was gonna let it slide again, but I'm like, well, I do that, and then you guys TPK, and then I feel bad, and then, but let's just not do that. So,
I thought we already brought them along, and they were helping us.
Well, they've been coming along, but they will not take initiative. I mean, the actual initiative. They will not step up and do anything until they are asked to lend aid. Once they lend aid, then and they are done, they're done. Like, they're gonna leave you. They've already forewarned you that. So, I'm actually looking. I did have tokens for these little shits at one point. Come to daddy. Where are you? Yeah, I had them in the gray maze. I used them once. So I know they're around. It's our Starfinder stuff. We gotta play that again someday. Oh, come on, people. Alright, I'm just gonna have to, I'm gonna replace... You know what? That's too priceless not to. Alright, let's do that. Okay. Let me roll initiative for them. And they rolled a 9. They have a huge initiative bonus. So, so for anybody who doesn't know, there are two creatures, two small creatures, two quicklings, which are essentially kind of bad pixies without wings. They are super fast, and they actually live at a higher speed than us. So, so they are like super fast, and two of these creatures are have pledged to come help our party on behalf of the Briar Witch Dryad that they did favors for. So they're just here to help and then be done. They're assholes. They're not much for conversation. They don't care what's right and what's wrong, and really don't want to be here. But they're paying a debt, and then they're out. So these two guys are going to have an initiative of... What is that? Whew, wow. +6 dex mod. Holy shit balls. Alright, so that's a 15. So still not that great, but... Great mod, so... Now, let's rearrange our order into descending order. So, okay, it's still going to be the quicklings, even with only a 16. So... yeah, they're just gonna stand there. So you blast, it hits the ground. They stand there.
Didn't add the 5 to his initiative, I don't think.
I did. I rolled my initial roll was not 16, it was only 6.
Ah, got it. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, wait. Okay, I messed up. So, I pushed descending. I wonder why that didn't work. So the Dracoth that was heading in the tent, the warrior Dracoth, we'll call him. He's heading in the tent. He hears the blast hit the ground. The shaman-looking Dracoth turns his head, immediately looks at you guys. The other one comes out and kind of scans a little bit, and then he sees what the other one's looking at, and the blast that hit the ground, and immediately starts charging up to you guys. He's unable to reach you because you're like 70 feet. No, you're longer than 70 feet because that's to the one on the right. So you're like 90 feet away. So he starts charging, and these things are quadrupeds. They're kind of like centaurs. So, he's like galloping with his bottom, and he right beside the tent. He pulls his pike out of the ground, and he immediately starts charging you guys. He sees he's not going to be able to reach, but as he's running towards you, and he gets to about his maximum, I think 50 feet is his movement. Let me double check that. 1, 2, over. Yep, okay. So he gets about 50 feet. He's about 20 feet from you guys, and as he's charging towards you, he opens up his mouth, and you see this fire start to well in his throat, in the back of his throat, and he lets out this gout, this fireball, this liquidy fire shit flies out of his mouth. And are you guys still prone, or are you standing?
I guess I'm still prone.
Are you? I'm kind of leaving that up to you.
Yeah, prone.
I would be. I don't know about the rest because like I would still try, but I would still be trying to be stealthy.
Okay, and I'm assuming you guys are in a line, so who's he gonna pick? What race are you, Jasper?
Halfling.
Okay, so he's not gonna pick you. And Miss is a human. I guess he's gonna I guess he's gonna pick you, Sissian. He's gonna shoot this fireball at you. This fire spit, I guess it is called. Does a 25 hit?
Oh yeah.
See, you see this liquidy fire substance fly from his mouth, and you start rolling out of the way, but it manages to smack you on the back as you're rolling.
Oh, if this is a ranged attack, he gets disadvantage on a prone target.
Oh, that's true. Yes. And then, you know what? That's why I even asked if you guys were prone, and I forgot all about it. So, yeah, he's definitely not going to hit you, because that's only going to be a 13. Good call. Yeah, I don't know why. I just asked that for that purpose. So, yeah, he spits at it, and you roll out of the way, and it lands right next to you, and this small fire is burning between you and Miss. And he's still charging at you. The other one is still kind of staring, gauging you guys, watching. Okay, so since I did that kind of out of order, the quicklings who were just standing there doing nothing, then they were going to do that for that turn because you didn't tell them to do anything, and they're assholes. But seeing this thing is so close, and they don't want to die, they're going to both viciously attack this creature. So the first one is going to. Let me check their stuff here. Okay. So it's going to jump up and start stabbing at it. Plus 8, 1d4, plus 6. Okay. Oh, wait, no. 26, 22, and 27. Holy shit. Okay, so all three of those are going to hit. 4 plus 6. So it's just one of the quicklings, after the fire starts beside you, Stefan, you see these little fuckers spring into action. They start running at hyper speed over towards this Dracoth, and one of them jumps up on the back of it and gets between its shoulder blades and stab, starts stabbing. And 3 rapid stabs in succession, like the blink of an eye, and for 24 damage total. As it stabs this thing behind its, but like where it can't really reach it well. And
there's 2 quicklings, isn't there?
Yes. Oh yeah, that's just one of them. I'm just trying to track everything here. Where are we at? Okay. Life. Okay. So, okay, so yeah, the Dracoth is now howling in pain as this creature's on its back. The other one runs up underneath it and holds its little dagger up like He-Man holding up the Eternity Sword, and just starts stabbing upward, trying to get it in the underbelly, and stab. Okay, 2 of those hit. And for 19 more piercing damage. Stab. Yeah, and you see like just blood starts pouring all over this little quickling underneath it, and the quickling's like smiling, and as blood's raining down on it, and he's continuing to stab up into this thing. Yeah, that's their turn. So, Jasper, you're up. Yeah, if you're talking, your mic's muted.
That sure would be the case. Is there a way for me to move so that I could get within 60 feet of the shaman guy and still be within 60 feet of the big guy?
Right now, you are 90 feet from the shaman, and you are like 10 feet from the big guy. Or no, I'm sorry, he didn't get up here yet. I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. You are 20 feet from the big guy.
Okay. It's not really a way to...
He He is between you and the shaman. So if you want to get, you said within 60 feet of the shaman and this guy.
Yeah, maybe like moving at an angle or something like that to get within 60 feet of the shaman.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move down past this Dracoth to get to him because he is 20 feet from you, 90, so he's 70 feet from the shaman. So it would be 10 feet past the Dracoth that's charging you guys to get within 60 feet of the shaman.
Okay. Well, that doesn't work then. I guess I will attempt it anyway. I'm going to make a giant, a large-sized kobold wearing full armor that is standing next to that Dracoth and attacking him, hopefully.
Okay.
I don't know why that has an attack roll. It should be a saving throw. DC 14 intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna fail. Okay, so he perceives a small little kobold appear out of nowhere and start attacking him. So he looks down at it and he starts backing away from it. Does it do any damage? Is this the one that does damage?
I'm sorry?
Was this the one who does damage?
Yeah, it does 1d6 damage if you would think that it actually does damage to him.
Okay. Yeah, he would perceive it because he failed his intelligence check. Let's go ahead and roll damage. Also, why don't you roll that damn, what is it called? Not Tides of Chaos.
Wild
but
Surge?
Wild Surge, there we
Yeah.
go. Go ahead and roll the Wild Surge.
27. Hopefully that's not a fireball on us.
And he takes 1 damage. As he thinks this kobold snuck up on him and started stabbing him. He notices by the armor that this isn't one of his, so it must be some kind of neighboring clan kobold rising up because they have a lot of kobold slaves. So this must be one of those. Sneak out.
For the next minute, all my spells with a casting time of 1 action have a casting time of 1 bonus action.
Ooh. Wait, is that a bad thing or a good thing? That's a good thing, but okay. Unless you're trying to cast bonus action spells.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's good. Good. Very good. It's a good surge. Let's see here. Okay. Jasper, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Okay. Miss, you're up.
How far away is the nearer one?
20 feet.
Yep, 20 feet from you guys.
Hey, 20 feet. You know what has a range of 20 feet?
I could respond with several things there that would be inappropriate / appropriate. Mm-hmm. True to life.
This hammer. I hit it with this hammer that appears next to it.
Okay. Yeah. So you pop up a spiritual weapon beside it, on the other side of it from the kobold. So he's like surrounded right now. He sees this out of the corner of his eye.
I don't see the kobold, so it would just appear in the opposite direction of, like, it is to put the Dracoth in between me and the hammer.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, the hammer appears. Go ahead and roll that damage. That's a beautiful hit. Okay. So. Okay, you smash him good.
Okay, and then I will take this opportunity to get up, I guess, and move away from the battle. So, like, now I'm 35 feet away from it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you get up and kind of back away a little bit towards the other end of the top of the hill. Okay, so you get back to a safe distance, and your hammer smacked down pretty good on it, right in the back. Luckily, not right in the back, as in hitting the small quickling that's on its back, but yeah, you smack him like right in the shoulder, and do a pretty good job.
Also, because that was a bonus action, I can still use a spell on it, a cantrip spell.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm deciding which one.
Friends.
Yes. You are my friend.
Yes.
If only I knew that one.
Can't we just get along?
Friends hit each other all the time.
Yeah, we're just
I will go for Toll the Dead though.
we're just fucking around. Come on, man. Come on, guy. Toll the Dead. Okay. Wisdom shave. Oh, let me see. Hold on here. Let me check his modifier. That's not even the right.
As long as it's +1, it's a save.
It is +1, indeed.
I tried.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got some damage off, and now you have an extra helping hand, so to speak, on the field. And you're at safe distance. So, Stefan, it's this thing's charging at you, and your little shits are going to town on it, and it's trying to attack you right now.
I'll get up from prone, move up 10 feet, and I will Armor of Agathis as a level 2 slot on myself, and that's my turn.
Okay. Which way do you want to head 10 feet? Towards it or away from it?
Northeast of it, if I can. Or I guess I'd be southeast. Yeah.
I mean, these things on this map right here aren't accurate. I just use them so I can track their hit points and stuff. Okay, so like
towards the left of it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because it's heading up the hill at you. And okay, so you just sidestep a couple times, and you cast Armor of Agathis. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So after you get up and you cast your armor, and you get your shillelagh, whatever the word is. I hate it so bad. But the spell's great. So so you get all primed up and ready, and you guys hear or no, I should say you probably don't hear, but you see what appears to be an injured Dracoth exit one of the other tents. It has a very large bandage across its chest, and it looks up at you guys, kind of groggy, like either like it just woke up, or like it's half sedated. It looks up at you guys, and you see it take what cane it was using to hold itself up and throw it down, and it slowly starts coming over to you guys, and it's heading up the hill to you guys about at half speed. Let's see here. So it's going to. It was in the tent to the left, so it's going to head up towards you, Jasper, since you were heading over that way, and it only gets 25 feet, so it still has an additional like 40 feet. I'd say 40 feet till it gets to you. And let's see, and it has a pike now. It grabbed a pike when it came out, ditched, but it is moving very slowly. Let's see here. Okay. Yes, the shaman one, however, has been watching you guys, engaging and seeing your moves, and watching what the other Dracoth, the original Dracoth, is doing. And he is going to wave his staff in the air and point at you guys. Actually, he's mostly pointing at Stefan, because you're the one standing in the front. Yeah, we'll just do single target right now. So he is pointing at you, and these rays of fire start flying out from his direction. 3 of them, and they're kind of weaving in and out of each other, and they're all barreling down on you, Stefan. Hold on, let me check his modifier. I'm pretty sure none of those hit, but let me check the modifier. Okay, so 6. So yeah, so I'm guessing a 17 doesn't hit. They were all
Very close, but no cigar.
So these rays are coming, and you see them coming up the hill. So you're able to react quickly and dodge to the side of all of them, and they just fly past you off into the distance. And this one's like, "Argh," and he slowly makes his way up the hill. He's kind of moving to the right of the initial Dracoth, the healthy one, the warrior. We'll call the warrior, the wounded, and the shaman. So the shaman goes to the right of the warrior, and between him and the wounded, and he is coming up the hill. So they're kind of like they're kind of like driving cattle. They're kind of curling around you and pushing you up the hill. And his turn is over. The warrior Dracoth now charges forward, and he is going to. No, you know what? He's not charging forward. He's going to stop, and he's going to take his pike and try to he's going to drive it underneath him and try to stab the quickling underneath him, who is stabbing holes in his underbelly. So he's going to try to stab the quickling underneath him for 21. What's this thing's AC? It's probably high because they have a humongous dex. They have a huge dex. Oh no. Okay, it's only 16. So he drives his pike down into the quickling underneath him, and it just skewers it. And 4. What's the damage? Oh, come on. Keep it handy. Come on, Kyle. Keep it handy. Let's see here. 2d10. Okay, 2d10 plus 4, so even at minimum... No, I gotta roll it. You never know. 2d10... Ooh, so he skewers this thing good. Okay, yep. And he pulls it up. As the end of the pike is actually stuck in the ground a little bit, and he yanks it up. And Stefan, you can see right in front of you as this quickling wiggles a few times on the end of the Dracoth's pike, and then goes limp, and he just kind of shakes it off the end of it, and it just hits the ground by your feet. The quickling, and it just lays there lifeless at your feet. The Dracoth takes its tail, its very thick and powerful tail, and it curls it up and then attempts to smack itself in the back to smush the other Dracoth, or the other quickling that's on its back, stabbing it. Yes. Yeah, he starts stabbing other. He's just going to town on all the other Dracoth. So he's going to try to smash the one on its back. Ooh, that's going to hit. Ooh. So
I would like to point out that when I fought these things, I had disadvantage to hit them all because they had some special feature.
Actually, yeah, you're right. They do. Let me go read that. Stand by. You're right. I'm sure they do. You're right. Yeah. Attack rolls against the quicklings have disadvantage unless the quickling is incapacitated or restrained. So, you are absolutely correct. So let's retcon that first attack. Well, okay, we're gonna go. The first one's gonna go through because those 2 rolls both passed. So he kills the first one because it was thematic. I liked it, and it was impactful. So, so that's the first. That's 2 attacks, or no, I'm sorry, attack at disadvantage for the first one. Now this attack for the second one with disadvantage. 19 still hits it. So yeah, the same thing with the second one. It takes its tail, and then you hear this as as it smashes it into its own back. Though he's going to take some damage. We'll give him a d6 damage as he smashes the Quickling into his back. And he takes 3 bludgeoning damage for his troubles. For smashing himself. Let's see here. Damage. Not dice roll. Okay. That is... Oh, wait, no, he still has an attack. So, yeah. Quickling's smushed and stabbed. The Dracoth then turns to you, Stefan, and walks towards you and attempts to bite you, not noticing that the frosty goodness that you have covering your body now. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's going to be a miss. So he tries to bite down on you, and you move out of the way. Even though you have the armor, it's still best not to get bit.
Then 5 feet of me. Or is he like attacking from reach?
No, he's moving towards you.
Can I take my polearm master reaction attack?
Sure, that's right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna miss terribly.
Yeah, you attack him as he heads in, and he kind of like just slaps your quarterstaff to the side and continues on, but he's unable to bite you. You're still just a little too limber. As he does that, and his turn comes to an end. Let's just kill the Quickling's turn. You hear a come from the tent closest to you. It's just a loud, like, pained grunt. Jasper, you're up.
All right. So that guy still takes a 1d6 from the kobold psychic damage.
Okay, so it hits him every turn?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d6.
So,
oh, okay, you did.
5 psychic damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand up from prone, and I'm going to fire my crossbow. Not my crossbow. Yeah, it's a hand crossbow at him. Light crossbow. Sorry.
I think you were already standing up, weren't you? You said you moved to the side last round.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna continue to kind of like slide my way towards the caster and now the injured guy, trying to close distance, but I'm going to shoot a light crossbow at the one that everyone's ganged up on. I assume that's a miss.
That is, yes.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to attempt to fire off a ray of frost at it.
Okay. Now, if you guys need a little perspective, as far as where these things are, I mean, I know we got so used to using maps that it's kind of difficult to do theater of the mind when you're. I mean, at least for me anyway, when I'm so used to using the grid. But there's essentially the setup. Wait, no, right there.
You spoil this.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay, so you fire a crossbow. Wait, you fire a crossbow at what? Okay, at the warrior. Okay, and how do you do? How did you do 2 actions?
Ray of Frost is a bonus action because of his magic surge.
That's right. All spell. Yes. Okay, that's what's throwing me off here. Screwed up. Okay, so excellent. So you immediately follow that up with a Ray of Frost. It looks so awesome because they're both like in super close succession to like a little volley of attacks. Unfortunately, this Dracoth sees you out of the corner of its eye and pivots its body, almost bumping into you, Stefan, as it swings its big ass end to the side and dodges both of the shots. Anything else, Jasper? I mean, this guy's still like down here. He's not right up against you or anything. You're probably muted if you're trying to talk.
Oh, yep. Sorry. How far away is he?
From you, he moved up 25 so he's 45 feet.
Okay, so I would probably try to still keep distance, so move like over here to be a little bit further away from him.
Okay, so you start
If
moving.
that were the case.
Okay. The wounded Dracoth is climbing up the hill towards you. He's moving at a very slow pace, and you move farther up the hill. You start gathering up towards your other fellow party members, and he is limping after you. Miss, you're up.
I will attempt to hit that Dracoth that I hit earlier
Okay.
with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. So give him a good schmacking. So yeah, you move your spiritual weapon up with the warrior Dracoth, and move it up beside him to keep up with him.
I tried.
And unfortunately, you command it to swing just a little early, and before it completely catches up to him, it just kind of swings through the air and then catches up to him. Action or movement?
As an action, I would like to. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try a firebolt this time.
Okay, sure. Blast away, young child, blast away. Ooh, nice. That's a hit. That's a good hit. There we go. 8 damage on the warrior. Okay, so you wait, let me check. I don't think they have resistance to fire, but let me double check. No, they don't. Okay, so you blast him in the side, and it actually goes through his armor, and he you can see now he starts favoring that side. He's kind of leaning on it, but he's trying to force himself to stand straight up, but he appears to be very wounded. So go ahead and take any movement you need. And Stefan, you're up.
I'm gonna start chanting a chant of devotion to Bahamut, and that's my turn.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Okay.
Unless-
I'm 15 feet away from Stefan, right?
Yeah.
About there?
Do the
Yeah,
Christians
that-
look like
that's-
they're dying, or are they dead?
What Stefan?
Are the Christians like dying, or are they dead? Like, are they moaning and groaning in pain, or are they gone?
No, the groaning came from the tent at the bottom of the hill, the one closest to you. It came from inside the tent.
Alright, that's it for me.
Okay. So you're chanting. Let's see here. Yeah, and you're everything close to you. What's the radius on that? 20 or 30 feet?
30.
30. Okay. So yeah, you have this nice, beautiful aura coming out from you. Let's see. The shaman. What's he gonna do? Okay. The shaman is going to go up the hill, and he's going to circle around the warrior Dracoth, and he's going to point his staff at you guys once again, and this time, instead of rays of firebolts flying out, he's just going to like hose you guys down with fire. And so this like cone of fire comes out as he's muttering something, comes out of his staff, and it's only got to reach Miss and Stefan. Hold on, let me find. Oh, that's why. Duh. Oh, wait, why is that doing? Oh. Ugh. I am not proficient today. There we go. What's Burning Hands? Dex. I need both of you to make dex saves.
This gets the thing, right?
Should if you're in range.
I am. I roll the d4? You roll the d4. I guess you roll it.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll the d4 for the round. Ooh, so that just puts you over. So you both pass your dex save. So this shaman comes up the hill and points a staff at you, and a spray of fire comes out. And you guys avoid majority of it. Hold on, let me get this modifier off there because that doesn't count. And only take 5 fire damage apiece. As some of your clothes begin to catch on fire, but all in all, you dodge majority of it. Let's see, that's his turn. That's all he can do. And let's see here. Okay, the warrior Dracoth is favoring his side. And he is not close enough to really get at Jasper, so he's gonna go through you, Stefan. He's going to attempt to rapid succession attack you, and all these are with a -4 d4, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you want me to roll again.
No, I mean we can use that d4 for the whole round. That's a nice one.
Works for me.
Okay. So these are at +2. So 21 as he tries to stab you with his pike.
Oh, I'm gonna shield out of this.
Okay, that's why I'm.
Raise my AC to 23.
Yep, that's why I'm giving you the old chance. So okay, so he's not gonna hit on any of them then, unless it's a natural 20. So yeah, what I reduced it to d4. So yeah, so 21, 20, and 15 as he tries to stab you. And okay, so yeah, he's unsuccessful. He's trying to get through you and trying to stab at you, bite at you, slap at you with his tail, and he keeps hitting this like invisible resistance as he's trying to do so. And that's his turn. Next is the wounded one. The wounded one is limping up the hill. Jasper, he's trying to get to you, but he's unable to get close enough to hit you. So he's still only 25 foot of movement. He's still like, what was it, 20 feet away from you. He is, however, going to fill his mouth up with a liquidy fire gout and blast you, or try to blast you. Oh, and it's gonna miss horribly as the fire flies wild, and you can see that it actually kind of looked like it took a little bit out of this creature to do it, and he's afterwards he's huffing and puffing. Jasper, it is your turn now, though.
Okay. I am first the guy who gets the 1d6 damage.
Oh, okay, the psychic. Hold on a sec here. Go ahead and roll that damage.
For 5.
Okay.
And I'm going to look for some kind of rock over here and try to launch it in the direction of these two.
Okay, that won't be a problem. There's rocks kind of scattered all over the place here.
So it's going to be a DC 14 Dex saving throw.
Okay. The first one fails.
All right, 8 bludgeoning to it.
Okay. So so you look over at your image, your kobold image, and the Dracoth seems to be like dismissing it and trying to ignore it and dealing with the bigger problem at hand. But it is once again the imaginary kobold strikes out. And how much damage was that? 5? Strikes out and hits the Dracoth in the side with a little kobold strike. The Dracoth turns its head down and looks at it and kind of snarls, and then continues trying to deal with Stefan. And then you take a boulder from the ground, or take a large rock from the ground and send it hurling through the air, and the injured Dracoth takes it right into the rib cage, and you can hear a little as he kind of he buckles to the side as he takes, would you say 8 damage? So it takes 8 bludgeoning damage for his troubles.
And then as my main action, I shoot a crossbow bolt at the one that Stefan is engaged with.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, let's get a hit. Ooh, for 7. So you look over Stefan's shoulder and you go to give him a hand, and you fire your crossbow off, and the arrow sticks in the throat of the Dracoth, and the Dracoth immediately drops his pike and reaches up for his throat. But as he's clawing and trying to pull the crossbow bolt out, it's just he ends up choking on his own blood and falls over deader than shit. Bleh. It's kind of thump, falls over, and you see a small little quickling body fall off his back as he falls over onto the kobold image, and the image disappears as though he's like, it's almost like he smushed it, but it just disappears underneath him as he falls on it. 1 down, 28 to go. Whee! Okay.
That's it for me.
Okay. Miss, you're up.
So this shaman one is nearer to me, right?
Then the other one? Oh, yeah.
But how far is it away from the other one that just died? Like, with respect to my spirit weapon.
No, you can reach it. Yeah, he's only like 10 feet to the side of it, yeah.
Okay, then I will attempt to reach it.
Okay, you slide your spectral hammer over. Give it what for? Ooh, that is a brilliant hit. Good show. Okay, roll that damage. Yeah, you sneakily make your spiritual hammer come up behind this thing and smash it right in the back. Good.
Wait, why is it not rolling damage?
Oh. Maybe it doesn't want to do damage. Maybe it wants to cast friends. See, we were talking about it.
Yeah. If only I knew that spell, maybe it would.
And now it's happening. You don't even need to know it. It says the spiritual weapons casting
That's
friends
right.
for you. Okay, for 8.
It was prompting me for that one.
For 8 damage. Okay, he's still looking pretty fresh. He smacks him in the back, and he registers the damage, but he still looks pretty fresh.
Okay, well, how hurt is Stefan looking?
Stefan looks perfectly fine. Besides that, his icy aura looks a little weaker than what it was.
Okay, then I guess since everybody's looking fine, I throw off another firebolt at the same setting.
Okay, sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that is a hit too. For 8.
Also for 8.
Okay. Consistency, very nice, very nice. Okay, so yeah, you throw a firebolt out and it hits it, and you see some of its furs catch on fire, and it kind of haphazardly like pats out the fire on its shoulder and just continues staring at you guys.
I want to move in a way that actually I want to back up away from it, but not far enough that I am out of Sisian's out of Stefan's range, Aura's range.
Okay.
So how do I okay. So I'm sort of in a triangle, I guess, more of a triangle. Is Jasper right next to Stefan?
I'd say he's probably 10 feet away, closer to the injured Dracoth, and you're about 15 feet away from Stefan right now. And you're 15 feet, like you said, the triangle, 15 feet away from him, and 15 feet away from the shaman, and the shaman is also 15 feet away from him. So you guys have like a 15-foot triangle thing going on over here. whereas Jasper is 10 feet in the other direction away from Stefan.
Okay, so I will move so that I am within 10 feet of Jasper, but still 15 from Stefan.
Sure.
But still towards the back. So I'm further away from the shaman now, but nearer to Jasper.
Okay, sure, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Stefan, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna move towards that shaman to the side of him so he doesn't engulf us all in fire again. Only
Okay.
one of us. And I'm gonna do attack, miss, and bonus action attack. And that's my turn.
Okay. So you come over towards it and it watches you approach it, and it holds its thick wooden staff up, and you guys essentially do like a one on. Oh, wait a second. Wait. That's 15. Actually that might meet its AC. Yes. Okay. Good. Never mind. You guys basically do a duel off, and you try to smack it at first with your staff, and it misses. But when you go around for that second attack, you do catch it off guard and manage to just barely hit it. And you smash it for 9 magical damage in the jimmy, if it had a jimmy. Or does it? Maybe it does. Maybe it tucks away. So you do a little your second attack catches it off guard, and you schmack it good. What else? Any more movement or anything?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, so 15. It's the shaman is going to look at you very frustrated, and it tried to dodge and smack that second attack away, and it was too slow to do so. It's going to look at you, snarl for a second, and then begin to smile. It's going to hold its staff straight up in the air and slowly lower it so that it points towards the other two. And it's going to a small orb of fire is going to form at the tip of the staff, and then it's going to grow and grow and grow and grow until it's a lot larger than the end of the staff. And then he's going to wink at you, Stefan, and that ball of fire at the end of the staff is going to launch and land right between Jasper and Miss. I need both of you to make dexterity saves, please, as a fireball comes in towards you. What is that anyway? What's the damage?
16.
Okay.
That's barely enough, right?
16 will pass. Yeah. Yeah, you get it with 16.
Oh God. Thank God I passed.
And Jasper, you pass as well. So you start dodging out of the way, and you manage to jump far enough that you don't take the brunt of the explosion of fire from beneath you. But you do catch some fire up the ass as you guys are jumping away from the core of this, and you both take 15 fire damage. And then the shaman plops his staff down, the butt end of his staff down into the dirt, and then just slowly starts to move its head closer to you, Stefan, smiling the whole time, kind of like and he's looking down on you, smiling.
I'll answer back in Draconian. Yeah, dragon. Nice shot. It won't happen again.
Ooh. He says, "We'll see." That is his turn. The injured one is finally catching up. He's almost... Actually, yeah, never mind. At that distance. He gets within 10 feet of you, Jasper. No, he couldn't... Never mind, you moved. So He's like 15 feet from you, Jasper, just out of reach for him. And he begins to charge up his gout of fire again. And he's going to try to spit at you again. Again. No, not the fireball, silly. This is the injured one.
Yeah, I know, the fire thing.
I thought you thought there was another fireball coming. Yeah, so no, this is just the old flamin' spit. And he spits out this fire again, Jasper, and you can tell this guy is really, really fucked up. Or it looks like he might have been for a while. He's kind of all bandaged up and battle worn. But he's trying. He really is. He's really trying. But he misses horribly as it flies wild off into the distance. And that's his turn. And you guys hear another from inside the tent.
The same one?
The tent at the bottom of the hill, the one that was closest to you guys, the tent that none of these guys came out of.
Yeah, as in the same one that we heard it from the first time.
Oh, yes, same one. Jasper, you're up now.
All right. As my bonus action that I've been waiting to do for a long time. All right. Well, actually, I'm going to start with my action. I'm going to shoot a bow at this guy, and I'm going to use Tides of Chaos for advantage.
Okay. Sure, yeah.
Where's that? 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah, 24 hits.
11 piercing damage.
Okay. You're shooting the injured one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You shoot him, it sticks right in his belly. Go ahead and roll a surge.
No, when I cast a spell, I can search. But
Okay.
I'm going to cast a spell right now as my bonus action.
Sure.
So I'm going to meta magic twin spell using 2 sorcery points to twin phantasmal force. And I'm going to then try to attempt to hit both of these guys, since they're now both within range.
Okay.
They see giant kobolds next to them, attacking them in full armor and things like that.
Okay.
Intelligence save, DC 14 for both of them.
I'll roll for
Take
my
1 psychic damage.
Ooh. Don't kill them outright. Okay, so intelligence save for both. Shaman and injured. What are those? Horrible, and I'm sure that one's not much better either. What was the DC?
14.
Okay,
14,
I'm not gonna look because I'm sure they don't have a 3 mod. Well,
they need a 5 mod because of the chanting.
oh, did you roll? Okay, yeah, that's right, the D4. Okay, it doesn't matter anyway. They're plus one. Okay, so yeah, so they both think that there are. What are you making them imagine that's?
Armored kobolds again.
Okay. More kobolds everywhere. Okay, so, and they both take 1 psychic.
And then I try to move off to the side a bit, getting distance between, well, I guess, could I move like over here?
Sure, although I don't, you're probably not good,
like, just trying to get distance between Miss and me, but stay kind of close to Stefan.
well, if you do, you were what, 10 feet from Miss? Yeah, okay, so you'll be 15 foot down from Miss. And then probably about 15 feet to the left of the Shaman Dracoth. Sure. Let's see. Okay, Miss, you're up.
I am going to assume that Jasper is injured. Not bloody, maybe bloody, not bloody, I don't know. But I know he definitely got hit by that fireball as well.
Yes, I'm singed considerably.
So I will run down to him, and I will also meta magic.
Okay. A whole lot of meta.
Yes, meta magic, not meta gaming. And cure wounds as a level 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Which reminds me, go ahead and roll that surge. Just because.
Oh, right.
Just because I love the surge.
Oh, depending on the surge.
Same one as
Let's see
before.
what the surge. Oh, okay. So nothing happens because
Well,
it's already
it'll just extend for a minute from this point as opposed to a minute from the last point.
Yep.
So I have another 10 rounds of bonus action casting.
Yeah. Recharge, baby. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so you're twinning cure wounds.
That's such a horrible roll.
Oh yeah, yeah. The worst actually. Yep, the worst.
Not the worst, but pretty.
That didn't do the 7. Sorry, never mind.
Yes, it was that bad.
Okay.
Well,
It was still a valiant effort.
I've still got my bonus action, so eat hammer.
Eat the hammer. Oh yeah, that's a good attack.
The hammer of justice.
Okay, so no, that's a good hit. See, there's some damage.
See, today I'm better at hitting people than healing
Yeah,
people.
yeah. It's just fate telling you that you're not the best healer, but you can smack them good. So 12 damage, right to the arm of this creature. Very nice hit. Oh, wait. Okay. So yeah, the shaman takes a smash. I hear. Thanks, buddy.
Then going to back out like 15 feet in the opposite direction of the shaman,
Okay.
while also away from Jasper, because I've seen that this thing can AOE spells.
Yeah. He's got some spells.
And that's it.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see here. He's starting to look injured though. You know, he's not having a great time with this. Stefan, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna curse him with the grip of death from Vesselin.
Ooh, okay. Vesselin wouldn't give you Hexblade Curse. You're getting that from somebody else. Getting Vesselin.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, getting Vesselin to give you Hexblade's Curse. She is a lady. A proper lady.
A very fine lady.
Yes, very fine indeed. I know
So
it's
all that and an extra 3 damage from the curse.
okay. Sure. Okay, so
it hit.
so 13 total. Oh yeah, it definitely hits. Okay.
Kind of just move a little south 5 feet, and that's my turn.
Okay. So now the shaman's kind of spinning around like trying to figure out who he wants to target. He sees that the other two are injured. He did do some decent fire damage. But you're proving to be a problem as well. So
He can always attack the kobold.
Yes, there is that illusionary kobold.
it
that's-
is. But the kobold's not really doing much damage to him. Not 13 damage at a shot, or 10 damage, or 12 damage from spiritual weapon. Like he's there, but he's not. He's thinking, treacherous traitor kobold. I'll smash him and all his kind. I'll enslave his people. Yada yada yada. But it's not like, oh no, this kobold's gonna kill me.
The 1 damage kobold.
So I mean, if he was dumb, or if he was like hungry, if he was like a hungry creature that's like, oh, I'm just gonna scoop up every bit of food I can and then leave, then he would definitely go for the kobold. This one,
Yeah.
no. He's smart enough to know that you have some kind of enchantment that is booning you So I guess he would kind of go for that. So, he doesn't have that. I guess he's gonna have to do this. So he's going to put his staff out at you, Stefan, point blank, and try to hose you down with fire. Make a dex save, please. And add your thingamajiggy.
I added it. Yeah.
Okay.
So 16.
16 passes. What is it? At second level, it's what, 46? I think it's 4. I don't have it on my thing anymore.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Burning Hands at second level. I don't know what that. I can't remember what Burning Hands is. I think it's 3d6. So.
Yeah, 3d6.
At second level, that's 46, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
So for 5 fire damage, as he.
Oh no, my lovely aura is gone. Of ice.
He melts your popsicle that you had.
And there's the concentration check.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do that advantage though, don't you?
Warcaster.
Yeah.
But 12 was enough.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I was just remembering you had work.
You also get to add chanting to that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, you should be able to hold concentration pretty easily. Okay, so that's all he has. He turns and faces you and kind of pulls out the flamethrower and deals a little bit of damage. Let's see here. The injured one is just going to be able to get close enough to you, miss. 10 feet away from you. And he's going to try... He's going to hobble up and he's going to give it his all. He's going to try to...
Oh, he's close enough?
What's up?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. He's going to try to stab you with his pike first.
I didn't know he would be close enough. I thought that was like still too far.
You know, he's been running up here the whole time. Well, not running, but his movement.
He's hobbling.
Yeah.
Hobbling real good.
Blah, 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 blah. Go ahead and give me a D. Go ahead and what's your D4 for the turn? Or we didn't roll one
It's
yet.
a 3.
Okay. So -3, so that'll be +3. So I'm guessing a 14 doesn't hit. Does a 14
It
hit?
does not because I mage armored.
See? Smart maneuver. So he tries to stab at you with his pike, and he's sluggish. He's so much more sluggish than the other guy. And he stabs it in the ground. He pulls it out. Ugh. He spins around. He tries to slap you with his tail. And actually, he's only going to get 2 attacks this turn because he's not close enough. He only got 10 feet from you, so he can't do his bite attack because I think it's only a reach of 5 feet. But he's going to try to slap you with his tail. And what's that plus? Yeah, for 11, that's not going to hit either. So this guy, he's kind of pathetic, but he's still got to do his part, and he's trying to attack you. And he misses both attacks. And Jasper, you're up.
All right, so they both take 5 psychic damage from the kobolds stabbing into them.
Ooh, very nice.
Into
Okay.
their mind.
Stabbing into the mind.
And then I am going to shoot at the using Tides of Chaos for advantage. I'm going to shoot at the injured one with Ray of Frost at advantage. 13.
13 does not hit.
Okay,
16
and
with bless thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bless. 16 does, though. Yep.
okay.
Chanting.
2 cold, and it's slowed by an additional 10 feet of movement.
Holy
Hopefully,
sh-
Miss can run out of there.
Okay, yeah. So he's
And-
like super slow mode because he's already slow.
And then I'm going to attempt to light crossbow and just see if I can kill it. 15. Oh, sorry, 14.
Even with the +3?
Yeah, 14 with the +3.
Oh, okay. 14 does not hit.
Okay.
Flies off a little bit.
And I will continue to like cycle, just like move around this way, trying to just get more and more space between all of us so that the area of effect is less effective.
Okay. Okay.
And I will yell out to Miss, "Run! He will be slower now."
That's true. It's a true statement. He's definitely really fucking slow. He's got 5 foot of movement. Yeah, he's in like super slow mode. Okay, so Miss, you're up.
I have 2 questions. One, if I leave without disengaging now, can he opportunity attack me?
Yes.
Then in that case, what is he wearing?
Boy, isn't that a little personal? He's wearing leather armor, but but part of it's like bandaged up, so there may not be anything underneath that bandage portion, but majority of what he's wearing is leather armor. The
I
equipment.
see. Let me consider my options now that I have that information.
He's very injured.
I know he is.
Okay.
Okay, how far away is he from the other one?
Pretty far.
I'm assuming I can reach it with my spirit weapon.
You
Can I?
you can't get this guy with your spirit weapon, but you can get the other one. I mean,
Alright.
it's on the other one because its spirit weapon can only move 20 feet. He's like 30,
Yeah.
30 feet from the other one
Okay.
because you moved away.
Yep, I know. Well, I can't heal, and this. Well, okay. I am going to, instead of running away from him, move into him, and then shock and grasp.
Shock and awe. Okay.
That's not gonna hit.
Yeah, even with
Is
the,
it?
even
Not
with,
with.
even with the D4, it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
So you come in and you hold your hands out in front of you, and maybe it looks a little unnatural, and he just kind of like slapped you across the head, and it doesn't not enough to like really hurt you, but it just kind of like whoa, makes you almost lose your balance.
All right. Well, I'm gonna circle around behind it, and I move my spirit weapon so it's actually near. Like, can I move it so that I can? How do I put it? Okay, I'll attack with the spirit weapon first, and then move it so that it's in between the two.
Oh, okay, sure. Yep.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I don't
see,
think that hits either.
it was so on point before.
I wasn't attacked just now. I was busy dodging.
That's what it was. That has to be what happened. So yeah, you swing with it, but it doesn't hit. Then you start to move it away from the shaman, in between the shaman and injured one.
Just 20 feet away from the injured one, so that it's still nearer to the shaman.
Okay, so yeah, it's almost directly. There's 30 feet between them. So between moving it around the shaman and 15 feet in, yeah. So it's like right between both of them. It could get to either of them from where it's at. It's 15 feet away from both.
No, I put it 20 away from the injured one and 10 from the shaman.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay, Stefan.
The shock and grasp never works.
Never.
I always try it, it never works.
Stefan, you're up, buddy.
Oh, totally gonna miss.
Don't say that. Give yourself some credit. Oh, well, that is totally a horrible miss for the first one. Yeah, for today, I'm not going to really do Nat 1 tomfoolery. But yeah, so you completely missed the first one, and the second one, you do hit magnificently.
It's just for 7 damage. With
Oh.
the curse.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, you smack it in the back. It's looking pretty messed up. The shaman is starting to look almost as injured as the other one at this point. He's like, ugh, as you smack him in the back, and he turns to you, and now he knows you speak Draconic, and he's going to say, your scum's going to pay.
I just wanted peace between our races, and then you attack us. attack our city. Well, here we are.
I do not know this city. Bring me to it, and we shall barter a treaty. Peace. Yes.
Can I insight this?
Sure. Kind of hard to read. He may be telling the truth, may be lying. Well, let me contest this. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Yeah, you're not sure. I mean, you never really spoke to these things on a level speaking terms before, so kind of hard to gauge.
Okay.
I just remembered I could have done something, but it's too late now.
So, anything else, Stefan? Oh, no,
No, that's it.
Bonus action movement. Okay. Dum, 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 dum. What to do? Let me see what he's got left. Well, a whole lot of options here. So he's going to use his last go of burning staff, and going to try to flame you up again, Stefan. Go ahead and make a dex save, please.
Oh, I thought we were gonna have peace.
You took too long to answer. Oh wow, that is a shit roll.
Just like my healing.
So that's definitely gonna pass, and with a D4, and he sprays you down for 3 fire damage. Get away from me, scum.
This is why nobody wants to be friends with you.
We don't make friends, we make slaves.
Well, you and the Equistats would be great friends then.
Now, there are slaves too. And the other one's turn, the injured one. He's going to spin around, miss, and he's going to attempt to give you another round of vigorous attacking. He's going to try. He's going to try. He's, with his wounded strikes. Oh, horrible. Oh, might hit. So, you go ahead and roll that. So that'll be, does an 18 hit?
Even after the -4?
Yes, after the -4. He gets,
yes, 18 minutes.
he gets +6, so essentially +2. Oh yeah, so only the one hits. And
That's which one? Is that the tail? The
No.
second one was the tail.
no, it's the bite. It was only the second one last time because he couldn't bite you.
I know the first one is the pike. I just don't know whether like the second one's the bite or the tail.
Yep, second one's bite. Let's see.
I mean, they're both about the same, right?
Yeah, they're not as bad. Neither of them are as bad as the pike. So it's 2d6 plus 4. And the tail's 2d4 plus 4, and the pike is 2d10 plus 4. So
I know the pike could have killed me at level 2.
for 13 piercing damage as he bites down on your arm. You tried to shock and grasp him, and that damn shock and grasp gets you into such bad situations. So he's trying to trying to get a hold of you, and he finally just kind of like almost belly flops you, just throws all his weight forward so that you're unable to like use your nimbleness against him, and he puts all his weight towards you, and it pushes your body almost down to the ground, and he bites you as you try to squirm out of the way, and he takes a nice little chunk out of your arm, and he does manage to bite a bit out of you, and that's his turn. Jasper,
Pain.
you're up.
They both take 3 psychic damage as the kobolds continue to assault their minds.
Oh man, yeah, that's
I haven't killed this one yet.
they weren't tell you what, the kobolds are doing some work because it's not a whole lot in one spot, but over time, even starting out with 1 damage between the last 2 turns, they each took 8 damage last 2 turns. Right? It was 5 last turn, 3 this turn, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 8 damage to both of them. That's 16 total. That's pretty decent.
So I'm gonna try to fire a rock with catapult in this direction, attacking the injured one first, and then coming to Sean.
Sure. Yeah, you lift levitate a rock and boom, send it hurling through the air. What was that?
So DC 14 Dex save.
Die.
11 bludgeoning to it.
Oh, okay, and that's the injured one. So you send the rock flying, and the injured Dracoth has a piece of mist in his mouth. He has Mist's arm in his mouth, and he's getting ready to try to bite through it. He wants to just rip the damn thing off. Unfortunately for him, a rock comes hurling out of nowhere and goes through his one eye socket and out the other. And Mist, you feel his jaw, his bite on you lax as the large Dracoth almost falls on you, and as you're getting away, and you see that he has like no eyes. There's just holes where the eyes were, and yeah, he's dead, deader than shit.
And if you want to do a surge, there could be a surge on that.
No, we're gonna give it.
Oh, okay. Cool. And then as my main action, I'm gonna crossbow bolt the shaman and miss. Terrible.
Okay. You know what? You're good with the magic, but crossbow. Hey, you know what? It's free. Fuck, you got your surge going on.
Yeah,
you feel this extra power. Why not? Even if it only hits every other time, that's still pretty much free. I mean, other than a bolt.
Yeah. I like it.
Miss, you're up.
I is very injured, so I is going to heal myself.
Okay. Do some of that love.
I'm at level 2.
Oh,
See, much better than the first time.
wow. Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, man, I'm so freaking... achy.
And then bonus action. The Hammer of Justice is unisex.
Oh, nice. That's a hit. Mm-hmm. Okay. For 5 force damage. So yeah, the hammer. Boo. I mean, this guy's getting smacked from imaginary kobolds. He's getting smacked from hammers. He's getting smacked from staffs. He's taking a thrashing. He's not looking very healthy. Ugh.
And well, since this thing is dead, I don't really think I need to move. So, wait, where are the tents again?
Down the hill. They're like down here. They're on the other side of Stefan and down.
Okay, then where I am is good. I will stay here.
Okay. Stefan, you're up.
Finish him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish him off.
Dun,
Or
dun,
try
dun,
to.
dun, 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 dun.
So you swing way wide, and if he didn't have 38 health left, it would probably do, probably finish him. If he had more like 5 health left. Oh wait, I'm reading it wrong. He has 5 health left. So how do you wanna finish him?
Cracking him upside the head.
Okay, so you're a little disturbed over that horrible first swing. So you try to make up for it with the butt of the quarterstaff, and you smack him in the head. You hear this like hollow thud and a crack as it hits him, and like he's just out on his feet, and he drops his staff and just like hunches over and falls over, and he just does a face plant right into the dirt, and he's dead. He's just really dead. Combat's over.
There was, I think we heard a moan come from one of the tents, right?
Yes.
I heard that too, but
Ah,
I don't know how many of them are there. I mean, we saw this one, and
Let's investigate. Maybe it's a captive.
I point to the one like by my feet. We saw this one hobble out. Like there might just be a whole lot more Dracoth in there.
Or maybe it's an injured one that's so injured we could take it back to Mollis with us and interrogate it some.
Stefan's going in.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys are going down the hill. Which tent are you going in
I'm
first?
not going down the hill. I will keep my distance.
Okay.
I'll stay here. And
Jasper
if anything
will.
bad happens, I can
Keep
do
an eye
things
on
from a distance.
Yeah, Jasper
I'll be
will
on
go
the
with
lookout.
Stefan.
Okay, so you two are going down the hill. And which tent are you checking out first?
The moaning, groaning one.
Moanin' tent. Oh, Mona. Okay, so you guys go down and you guys go to the first tent, the closest tent. The
And
one-
moving stealthily.
Okay, go ahead and make stealth checks, you two.
Just the two of them, right?
Yep, just the two of
Not
us.
good.
We can make a shitload of noise, just the two of us.
Yes, I know we're trying to move quietly here, but
Clink,
it's not
clank,
really working out for us.
clink, clang, clink, 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 clink. Okay, so you guys loudly stealth down the hill and into the first tent, and you open up to see quite a weird sight. So you see 3 tables. There is a very long table at the back of the tent, pretty much taking up the entire width of the back of the tent, and you see a shorter table to the right is full of a sprawled out assortment of utensils of metal objects, metal tools, and on the left there seems to be some kind of trough, a table with a trough on the top of it, and inside the trough seems to be like looks to be like bloody tissue and maybe some things that look kind of like chitin or shell, and you look up and you notice on the table a large insect-like creature that is strapped with about 10 leather straps. It is strapped to the table, and it is like trying to wiggle out of the table, and then it sees you and it panics even more.
Hey, calm down. It's all right.
I need
Is it no comment?
Hold on here. Okay, just need to see if he was like got some burst of strength and was gonna burst out. He it just kind of like ignores you and keeps thrashing and trying to get out.
Does it look injured?
What?
Does it look injured?
Oh yeah, it looks injured. In fact, you
Really
think that
injured?
maybe one of the chitinous pieces inside that trough might be one of its limbs.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna go up, place my hand on him, and give him a healing word. He should feel that there's some magical healing going on there.
Okay.
Calm down a little.
Okay, go ahead and cast healing word.
You don't need to place your hand on it for healing word.
Let's see, give me a sec here. Oh my, oh my. Back out. Okay, so how much is that? 5. It begins to thrash, and it actually tries to get its mouth over by you to bite you as you put your hand towards it. But it once it realizes it starts to heal, it kind of calms down for a second, and it's like it's slowly moving. Like it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop moving. It always seems to be like maybe rocking back and forth, and it's looking at you, and you can see that it looks like an ant. It looks like a human-sized ant, and it's just rocking back and forth, and it's staring at you with all the many lenses of its eyes, and it's not doing anything but rocking back and forth.
Jasper,
I-
should we forget?
Can I attempt to insight it and see if I think it means us harm at this point, or like what its mental state would be, just like a surface reading?
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
21 on that.
Oh, that is very good. You don't sense malice from it. You sense distrust.
I think, Stefan, I think if we release it, it might take that as another gesture of peace with your healing, and maybe it will. I think it distrusts us, but we could gain its trust.
That works for me. And I'll set him free and kind of give him space. Is there anything else interesting inside this tent?
No, a closer examination of the tools on the right, they seem to be torture devices. Some of them have pieces of tissue and blood on them. Other than that, no, this seems to be in like an interrogation or torture tent.
I rolled that for like in case you want stuff to happen
Oh, okay.
outside.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of keeping a lookout outside. Doesn't seem to be anything going on. Nothing. You're looking off in the distance, trying to keep an eye on the other hills to make sure nothing's coming. Doesn't seem to be
What
anything.
about the other tents that they didn't go into?
Okay. Yeah, nothing moving coming out of those. So yeah. Okay. So Stefan, you rip off the leather strapping that's holding it down.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as
And
you
then back away.
As soon as you get the last one unlatched, this thing bursts up from the table, and it still seems to have most of its arms and both of its proper legs, and it like takes off at a dead sprint past you guys, and it is just running for its life.
Okay. Well,
Can we
I
see the
guess
direction
it-
it runs off into?
Yeah, sure. If you guys turn around and start walking out of the tent after it, you see that it's heading in the opposite direction from the hill that you guys came down. It's weaving in and out of those spears I told you about with the insect parts on it. It's weaving in and out of those and heading at double time up the next hill and over.
is it going in like this direction?
So
Towards
which
the
way?
Kaidan Trail?
Yes. Well, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I guess it would be considered that direction.
More or less.
Yeah.
Well, let's check out these other two tents. There's no catching him.
Yes, yeah, I agree. But we did a bit of good today, I would think. That it did not seem. No creature should suffer a fate like that.
Oh no. I think we should burn these tents after we're finished here and head back.
I'm gonna give like a gesture from where I am, just like it's like everything all right kind of gesture.
Thumbs up.
yeah, and you, Miss, you also saw this giant insect come out of that tent and just take off into the distance.
Yeah, so I was worried that something went wrong. Something went
And
wrong.
as we come up, I give a big thumbs up, and by big I mean I'm 3'1" tall, so it's probably very tiny.
Yeah, tiny thumbs up. Okay,
I rolled my 3 for perception, so I can see it.
that's true. Yeah, you were keeping an eye out. So yeah, you see the tiny thumbs up from down the hill. He's like a child. He's just a child.
Second nearby tent. Let's go.
Okay, so the second tent. So as you go through the tents, you can see that if you check the tent that the injured Dracoth came out of, you can see that that's some kind of there's just a couple like weird looking cots. They function as cots, but they're not, not designed very well. Just a few logs with like some kind of leathery skin on the top of it, and yeah, that just seemed to be like either a bunk place or some place for the wounded to be. And you check the other tent, the tent of the shaman, and you go in there and you see lots of little parts of animals dangling from leather strapping from the ceiling, and you also see some kind of poultice on a table in there, and as though the shaman was like grinding up some things to make something, and that's about it. I mean, there's not a whole lot there. You do see like a stump stool. Oh, got a little whistle in there. A stump stool as you walk into the right, and then there seems to be like a bed, and then the shaman's little alchemy area.
Ooh, can I perhaps investigate and see what he's been up to?
Sure. I mean, there seems to be a powder poultice there, and other than that, a lot of little animal bits hanging from the ceiling. There doesn't seem to be any plants in here. It seems to all be ground or pieces of some kind of meat, different kinds of meat.
I think he was experimenting here, trying to find perhaps making healing cells from animals or something. I don't know. Is there like stuff in the poultice?
Yes. Yeah, there's a powder.
I'm gonna take a taste taste of it.
A test. Take that test.
My pinky.
Okay. You taste what's in there. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
It's
die.
poison. Bleh.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna vomit. You can go ahead and vomit. It is probably the most horrible thing you've ever put in your mouth.
I'm never doing that again.
But otherwise, I mean, you feel nauseous, but otherwise you're not, like, dying or anything. And you don't really feel anything, except for nausea.
Makes me wonder, like, is this something you take in, or perhaps they coat their weapons with this stuff and make their enemies feel nauseous? I don't know. I don't know, Jasper. I'm going to take it with me, though.
Yes, I think we should take as much as we can, especially if we're going to burn the tents.
Yes, we should hurry. There's no telling when that convoy might come through. But I think we have lots of time, because last time we came through, it was like 6 hours in the day. And they were just leaving the village, so...
Yes. Have we gone into any of the other tents yet?
I think we checked all 3.
Okay.
Yes.
What about the bodies, especially that staff? I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm
whether
interested in that
is
stuff, too.
magical or if it's just a regular focus.
Okay. So, you guys finished up in this tent. Okay, so Steph and Mark, mark on your inventory sheet. We'll say you put in like a little baggie, one bag of Dracoth shaman powder. And you guys go out. You go back up the hill. You meet up with Miss, and you guys start.
I'm setting those tents on fire before we go up.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay. So you set the tents ablaze, and they start smoking, especially the shaman's tent. And they all, as their light begins smoking heavily, and you get to the top of the hill, and 70 Dracoth see the smoke. And they immediately come. No. You get to the top of the hill and you're searching the bodies. You will find a combined, let's just do, like, their equivalent to gold pieces will be, let's bust out that D100. 534 gold pieces. Majority of them were on the warrior.
Really?
Yes. He had, the shaman had maybe 100 something, and the injured one had about 60. All the rest were on the warrior.
That actually divides by 3.
Does it? There you go. What about the quicklings? What about their share?
I would share if they were alive, but they are not.
What about your?
Very sad that they died.
If Thomas was here, he'd be lobbying for Melange to have a share. Why don't we give, like, your spiritual weapon a share? I mean,
Right.
I don't lobby for my spiritual weapon. Sure.
I know.
My 3 phantasmal forces there.
Yeah, the kobolds. The kobolds are all standing there with their hands out.
None of us saw any of the kobolds. It was only them that saw it.
Well,
The Dracoth saw the kobolds.
That is true as well.
Jasper, you're gonna have to cast it on these guys so that they can see the kobolds. See, these are the guys I told you that were helping us. You just didn't see them. Okay, so you guys,
7, 8.
you guys go through them. The same deal with this Dracoth warrior as the other Dracoth warriors you guys have fought. Leather-like armor, a pike, a pike of average quality, a bit heavier than an average pike, not very efficient for people of you guys' size, and the staff. The staff is at a close examination is actually the arm of a small treant or treant-like animal. It is a tree arm, and the end of it is a hand that is grasping an orb, and it is grasping it tight. If you try to adjust, like move the orb around or pull it out of the hand, it is not budging at all. This thing has a death grip.
Terrible.
Death grip on this orb, and this yellow orb. Well, I mean, unless you have identify right now, it is.
I'm going to detect magic here.
Okay. you definitely sense strong magic coming from the orb. It is, let me see, I guess it would be divination? I think it would be divination, yeah. Divination magic coming from the orb.
Well, I'll share that with Jasper and Miss. Obviously, we take the staff with us, but
Yeah, this
I'm
staff...
definitely
I thought
detecting
you
some things
I
from
thought
it.
you took it already, and then now we're like some ways away and having this
Oh,
in safety.
I think we still have to light the tents on fire.
they're lit on fire. We need to be.
We did that? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did that before you
Then
guys...
we better best be getting out of here. We did our damage.
Yes, our strike was successful.
Yes, it's time to get back. I feel. I mean, I'm sort of healthy right now, but I'm physically drained. Speaking of which, are any of the two of you like bloodied or like yeah?
I'm very minorly injured, but I'll be fine. Thank you, though.
From my natural health, I'm minorly injured, but I did lose that boon that Stefan gave us at the beginning of the day. But I feel
lovely aid.
yeah, I feel good. I feel like I can make the way home unless we are surprised by something formidable.
Perhaps we stealthily move back to Moss.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, stealth. How do I put it? I mean, it all kind of equaled itself out, right? Stealth, you have less of a chance of an encounter, but you have to do more rolls.
I mean, I think once we get down into the grasslands, we can start moving at normal speed because it's easier to see stuff from farther away. So unless something's hiding in the grass, we're not really going to be stealthing through it.
The grassland's like your height.
That is true.
Yes. Yeah. Man, these trees are so small, but they're in my face.
On my map, the grasslands are all labeled as low forest, and the forests are labeled as very tall forests.
Yeah. Both all pains in the ass. Yeah, boy. If all you guys are short when you go out on an adventure, that'll be rough. Nobody can see what's going on. Small forest.
But on the plus side, no one can see you.
That's true. Yeah, you should get some kind of stealth bonus for that. Look like raptors going through, like on Jurassic Park, just going through the high grass.
Right.
Okay, so what route do we want to take back here?
I think we go back the same way,
Yeah.
and we only stealth into the grasslands. Like the first where we are now into the grasslands, that's the only part we stealth, and then the rest. If nothing happens, we go back normally.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, sure.
Sounds good to me.
We'll do our return routine here. So, much like we do when we move around the map during a session, if a session is going to run, if the return trip is going to run over the end of the session, we will have rolls for the return, and if there would be a random encounter on the return, I have a couple charts that we'll roll to see. We will do a skill check, and see what skill check has to be done by the party to, and if they beat that skill check, then they're good to go. They manage to make it through that encounter, and if not, then we roll a complication on a complication table. So anxious to see. We don't have very far to go, so this shouldn't be too bad. So we have 3 rolls. No, we have 4 rolls because of the stealth. But if you guys roll when you're going through the stealth, if you do have an encounter, your the skill check that you have to roll, you have with advantage.
Nice.
Because you're stealth. Okay. So go ahead and we'll do Miss. Go ahead and make a D10 roll, please, as you guys slowly and stealthily leave the hilly Dracoth region right there and start heading down into the grasslands. Okay. Jasper, go ahead and make a second roll as you guys enter the grasslands out of the hills completely. Okay, and now you guys are heading at normal pace. So, 1, 2. Okay, so two more rolls. Stefan, go ahead and make a roll. Okay, excellent. One more roll. Miss. Go ahead and make us one more roll as you guys get back to Mollis. Okay. Wow. Yeah. You guys made it out and back with no random encounters. So very good for you. Very good. So you guys made it back alive. You have decimated their little encampment, their little tiny encampment, and now there are a finite amount of these things. So there is a predetermined amount of Dracoth and the giants and stuff, and Equiseph and stuff. So you guys are taking away from that tally. These small little guerrilla strikes will help weaken the total amount that I have here on the map. So you've killed three Dracoth today. You found an item, got some money, and sent a message as you burnt the shit out of their stuff. So this I think it was very productive today. Is there anything you guys like to do before we wrap up?
I don't know if you can do it, but I'd be curious if Pimley can tell us what that staff actually does.
Same with that poultice as well, of Jackoff, shaman stuff.
Okay.
What do you think this
How much are drinks at Quigley's?
Okay.
Here, have some guy. Pimley.
I would buy everyone a round of drinks, like the three of us.
Okay.
How much are drinks at Quigley's?
Okay. So you guys could come back and celebrate first, and then go to Pimley's. Very nice. Very nice. Pimley is not.
Their lives.
Pimley is not going to be able to identify that. Nor is he going to be able to tell you exactly what that powder is, though he does direct you to his extensive library where you may be able to find answers on the powder. As far as the item, he recommends seeing one of the people that are more well versed in that kind of thing, like Tat or 46 or one of the other player characters that can easily identify that for you.
Oh yes, I can identify this tomorrow, but we could ask our friends, since, they didn't come out with us today. Surely they could identify it for us now.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I would go for that.
That sounds like a plan.
But
of course, flashing back a little bit, when we were at the bar, we were definitely like waving the rod around and the staff around and playing bar games with it and stuff like that.
Fuck yeah. Yes. Tug of war. And arm wrestling, the Trent arm. Yes. Very well. So yeah, you guys will have to if you want to get it done, just take it up with one of those guys, because I don't know. I don't want to do it and then let them say like, oh, I would have charged them this much or whatever.
I'll give them 10 gold. That's what a service goes for around here. So
if you want to know now,
it's like how much they want to charge.
Let's see here. Anyway, I'm just going to tell you, and you guys can hammer that out in Discord. So the orb that is clutched in the Trent's hand is a Mist Shatter orb. I think that's what it's called, right? We had one before, and unfortunately the warlock chick snorted it, crushed it up and snorted it as payment for Olin's augmentation. So let me double check, and I'm pretty sure I have the stats and shit. Yeah, Mist Shatter orb.
But it does the exact same thing.
Yes, correct. Yep, exact same thing as the other one. Which was, you can, if you have it out with you, you can actually negate random encounters. But every time you use it to do that, you have to roll a dice, and if it rolls a 1, then the orb shatters. So it's kind of a keep shit away from you if you really don't want to run into random encounter kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it also repelled undead too, if I remember correctly. I don't have the.
Yeah, that was the original thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about the prevent random encounter part.
Yeah, that was like the. I told you guys like you're gonna run into things that that help you get around the map or help you set up shelters where you can stay out and in safety and not have to worry about getting attacked. This was one of those things that just never made it to that because Bob died with it, and it does help. Undead within 10 feet have to make a wisdom save to come in to attack you, to get any closer to you than 10 feet. I think that's what it was. I was worded differently, but just off the top of my head. But yeah, that was its main function, was to help you guys get around without being attacked. So yeah, and that's how the orb itself functions, and it has to be in your hands to do that. Someone has to do that. It doesn't have to be attuned though. So pretty much anybody.
I'm afraid of going dead.
Isn't it like stuck in the staff and we can't put it in our hand?
Right now it's stuck in the staff. I mean, you can still hold it. You just have to drag the fucking the large wooden Trent arm with it. So it's essentially like it's attached to a great club essentially. But it's a cool.
It's too bulky for me to wield.
It's a cool looking great club. I don't think I would smack anything with the orb though. That might be bad. And wasteful. So anyway, yeah, that's your loot for today. You got a nice chunk of gold and a nifty item that can be super useful, especially when you have like an objective you're going to, and then you hit a random encounter on the way. It wastes your fucking time. So
And please tell me that we got 3,285 experience points.
I have to do XP for last night's game, and for this game, I'm going to assume you didn't get 3,000. Just an assumption, But remember, there's only 3 of you, so
but we get 3,000 total, right?
Who knows?
I was joking around there.
I'm not sure. I can't guarantee.
Dracos are what, CR5? I don't know. So the first time when we fought just one.
So what you're saying is I should have killed my companions while out there, so I got all the experience.
Oh, you would have got so much. Yeah. Yeah, you would have got so much, because I got to give them a CR rating too. We got to, you would have got theirs, not only their portion, but experience for them. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, experience for killing your companions.
Something maybe for next time, Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. I guess we're gonna wrap up there, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week for 2 more games of the Great Miasma as we chug along here, and tension with the Dracoth nation, or what's left of their people, along with some other loose ends that we have tied up all over the map at this point. We have shit over here and over here and over here, a lot of empty threads that can be weaved. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.